Everybody, I hope you have a wonderful spring. I am back with another wonderful book that I read, Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I think this month for me it's all about the classics. I've been reading them one after the other and I love this one. It's actually not that big and it went so fast. It just kept flipping the pages. I couldn't leave it out of my sight and I loved it so much. I read some reviews online before picking this one up and everybody, not everybody, some people think it's quite a depressing book and the characters are really evil, and I actually really enjoyed it. So there are characters that are genuinely mean people that have the pleasure of hurting other people physically, mentally, and they just don't change. But overall I really like this story. So the book is presented very interesting. It's actually the whole story is told by Miss Dean, Ellen Dean, who is a servant. She's like the nanny in a house. So Miss Dean receives a new person that rents another additional house, so she tells the story of Wuthering Heights and of the owners. So in the center of the action is Catherine and Heathcliff. Catherine Earnshaw. I'm really sorry, I'm so bad with these British names. Catherine Earnshaw. Yes. So Catherine Earnshaw has she lives at Wuthering Heights with her family and her brother when her father brings a new lost orphan boy, Heathcliff. I think. Heathcliff, yes. So this guy, I think he is the most interesting character of the book. However, he's the most mean, and I don't want to say devilish, because he wasn't doing it with like a devil, but he is very mean. So comparing Heathcliff with other characters that were also mean at the beginning but had the ability of changing, they were open to change, or even if they were not open to change, they still did change. Heathcliff did not change. He remained the same bastard the whole life, and he died a bastard. I'm sorry, Heathcliff. That's who you are. So basically, Catherine really likes Heathcliff and they're trying to be friends, and she becomes wild like a dog, just like him. But then, out of circumstances, she meets the children of the neighbors, the Lintons, and in the end she marries the boy. So here Heathcliff has his heart broken, he goes away, disappears, but appears 12 years later just to haunt Catherine and her husband. Out of her marriage, Catherine has a girl, Kathy, and Kathy is protected by not to go to Wuthering Heights very much, but in the end she actually goes there and finds out that she has a cousin, and she wants to help the cousin to just be more human. She doesn't succeed, so she is kidnapped by Heathcliff. She is forced to marry her cousin, who is very sick and doesn't have a lot of years to grow and to live. Then she decides to stay in that very mad house, and she becomes best friends with Hareton, which is another cousin of hers, and there is a happy ending, thank God. I think that the only thing that kept me reading was the hope of seeing a happy ending, because the characters are, I don't know how to say it, it's not that they're mad because they enjoy it, they were also miserable because of their behavior, but I think it's the Heathcliff's behavior and influence and manipulation is what triggers in most male characters the worst features and the most animalic, I don't know, is that a word? Like the worst non-human features. And then at the other side, Kathy is the most humane, feminine character that brings out the best in them, in the other characters. Anyways, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the style. I never had a moment of boredom. I didn't think that the descriptions were too much or too detailed. I really enjoyed. The characters were very well pronounced. Sometimes they were very dramatic. I was just tired of reading how mean they are, how mean. I was surprised, and I really appreciate this book. I will look forward to read more of Charlie Bronte, and I will check all her other works. I loved it. I want to say that I loved this one as much as Jane Eyre and more than Jane Austen's books. Honestly, this is more in character, is more in environment, is more in action, is more in everything. Loved it. Thank you. Bye bye.